I feel like it should be, what the hell is Reginald Hargreaves?
Oh, we got so much to talk
We
about.
don't know what alien genders are.
Oh, snap. Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, so you already know it is time to get it in. The final two episodes of The Umbrella Academy. And the two coming down the rabbit hole with me, as usual, AK Lucky number 11. What's good today?
Same old, but so happy to be at this finale, hanging and shooting the nonsense tinfoil with you guys. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Can't wait. What's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. Oh, man. And the other one, of course, coming down the whole group layout. What's up, fandom D7 Saint?
Yo, we made it, DJ, to the finale. It took a long time, a long stretch, but we did it. We made it. Had to even wait like an extra few days to even watch the damn finale. But oh my gosh, it was worth it. Better than season one finale, in my opinion.
I was just saying that when you clicked out and before you clicked back in, I was just telling AK, I was like, I like this season finale a whole lot more than I liked the season one finale. I think this one was way better. So yeah, they nailed it, loved it, didn't leave me aggravated, loved every minute of it. Can't wait to talk about it. Oh, we're getting into it. The Umbrella Academy, season 2, episode 9, and this one was called a 743. And we pick right up where we left off with Vanya on full tilt. Her sibs one by one try to get her, but none of the living can withstand her powers. And it looks like Claus isn't the only body that Ben can possess. As he steps up to the plate and goes to get the job done, we actually see him able to sit into Vanya's glowing body. Were you ready for that one, Phantom?
As they were like failing like time by time, I'm just like, if only we had someone who can like pretty much like a Casper type individual who withstand the damn blast on the way to Vanya and do something, and who boom, bend to the damn rescue with the W and able to possess Vanya. Now I'm worried about the future of Klaus and his abilities. Because now if Ghost can possess Klaus, it can possess other people. You're just waiting for that one bad ghost to do something crazy, and it's game.
Oh, the wrong person possesses you. That is, it's curtains right then. You can't have that. That wouldn't be good.
I,
Oh,
I,
man.
I think you're being generous with Ben, though. He came in and he did what he had to do, but why the hell did you wait so long?
Well, he was scared. Obviously, we know he's kind of scared. We hear later that he was scared to walk into the light, and now he was scared to do this. And maybe he knew if he stepped into Vanya, he knew what was going to happen. I mean, that's going to make you hesitate anyway, isn't it?
I doubt that.
Plus, this is like a sober Klaus, though. So it's like, who knows, like, if he was able to do this, like, way younger, less sober, probably would have done this, like, ages ago.
Yeah, I think they all kind of got upgrade powers in this one.
I don't know. It looks like in the end, Ben really wasn't so bad, and he did the right thing. Like, I mean, in the end, even though it cost him everything, and he knew it was going to be curtains for him, he stepped up and did what needed to be done to save the world. I mean, isn't that what a hero does?
Yeah,
At
true
all
enough.
times?
They always do it with the best of intentions, but sometimes they don't look to see what the ripples of that are going to be.
Maybe he finally lost his virginity. He's like, fuck it, I can do anything now.
But see, that's the thing. He didn't lose his virginity. That was not his body. And how dare he do that in someone else's body?
I still don't even think he did anything. I think he ran away from it. I still say he was running in the wrong direction, and he never went back and even met up with that girl. I think he still went up to heaven a virgin, and that's probably what got him into heaven because he doesn't seem like a great guy, but he did do the right thing in the end. And I mean, isn't that really all we can ask?
They say that's usually what it takes. That one good deed will wipe out everything. So,
there it is. And Luther is having no fun at all being five spotter. Like the two are both experiencing late stages of paradox psychosis, and Luther's not sure which five he should be listening to. I'm just like, well, that would be a miserable situation, but I don't know. I was kind of liking the comic relief. What do you think about the scenes between the two fives, fandom, fighting each other?
It was a good music choice, too. Dancing with myself. I'm like, of all things, I dig it.
That was excellent.
Perfect music.
It really did. Yeah, the scores in this series is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
And then back to the commission, word is out that Diego is bounced, and Lila sees the only reason the handler even let Diego stay is she knew he was going to pull this, and she'd have to end up killing him in the long run. It's just like, why is she just so hot for him to kill? or for her to for Diego to be dead, AK?
She's a diva, man. She's like the most diva Karen of all. You know, she's like the godfather of Karens. She wants the attention for those that she's tapped to be special or whatever to be on her. With Diego there, that kind of blocks that, you know? Diego, he didn't do a whole lot to change Lila, but she did start thinking differently.
Oh, she
And
completely
seeing things
flipped. Yeah.
So that's a threat that the handler does not want around.
Is that what it is, fandom? That specific reason the handler wants Diego dead so bad? Or is it basically just that he's sleeping with Lila and she doesn't want anybody else in her head or any other part of her body?
That's pretty much it. The moment Diego entered her life, you can pretty much see that she was just slipping and slipping away from the handler, and she did not like that whatsoever.
Yep.
She wasn't having it whatsoever. And while in the meeting, AJ gets a message to Herb to check file 743. And did we think at this point that AJ may actually like outsmart the handler and find his way back to freedom, AK?
No. not at all. No, there's no way. I mean, you know, we see later that Herb tried, but that was a no-go.
Oh man, Jake thinks Ben has done enough for Klaus that he can borrow his body for a minute. I don't know. Is he more of a help or a hindrance? I mean, that seems like more aggravation than help throughout the years.
I mean, especially if he's doing it at any time against Klaus's will, or Klaus doesn't even know that it may have happened. That's just all levels of gross.
Yeah, y'all be thinking that he's slipping in there when he's sleeping. We didn't really get any keys to that, but I mean, it could be a thing. It could happen for sure. How creeped out would you be to like walk into Harlan's room and like see him in some sort of trance with his eyes just glowing like that? Oh man, I don't know. I might have just stepped back out of that room. How about you, Vandal?
You're goddamn right. I'll be like, let me use the bathroom, and then just pretty much just bounce. Like, what in the world is this?
Look, you know why we're all thinking that same thing? Because we all have a little bit of melanin in our skin, and we don't fuck with that shit. That would have been a straight pineapples. I don't want it. This house belongs to you and all the demons. Keep the clothes, the furniture. I'm out. Peace.
Oh, shit, I'm telling you, I gotta go. I see a little kid all back like that, eyes glowing. All
nope.
Sorry, I'd have backed out just like them girls at the end. I'd have like, I am not here. Was never here. Don't worry about me.
Yep.
Oh shit! And I know the show tries to make Carl out to be like some sort of bad guy, but other than playing dumb to like live in an obvious lie, was he really that bad? I mean, like he said, he was faithful, he provided, and really, I mean, he did want to get his son the proper help. So what's up? Bring it up, bring it, AK. How come
don't do that? No, you don't give him a pass like that, man. He's wanting praise for doing the bare minimum.
What?
That's what you're just supposed to do. You don't get the participation award for showing up and just walking the steps. No. You saw how he used to talk to that woman and the strain that he would put on her. Harlan has been nothing but a burden to him. That's why he's so quick to wanting to get rid of him. So no, I don't give him a pass on that at all. He was a freaking jerk. And he ruined his marriage. That shit was on the rocks long before Vanya came along.
She came in living a lie. I don't know. Where's the tiebreaker? What's up, fandom? How you feel about it?
I'm 50-50 on this one.
Wait, hold on.
Because here's the thing, right? He came into this marriage loving her, but she just did not love him. The marriage was doomed to fail at the beginning.
Absolutely.
He did his 2 cents, even though he did like terribly, like talk back to her multiple times, and even at one point lied, saying like where he was. So it's like he did have his own faults too. He wasn't all like lie pops and candy canes on his end.
Right. Yeah, and you can't say Vanya showed up with tomb of lies. She literally had lost her memory, man. That wasn't her fault. She couldn't know more about where she was or whatever.
No, absolutely. And yet this nice man still took her in, put food in her belly, put a roof over her head. It's like, you don't know what's up. You have amnesia. Here, let me take care of you until we can figure it out. My man was an angel. I don't get it. Absolute saint. taking in strays off the street, feeding them, never harmed her, never tried to hit on her, just straight shooter, just taking care of his family, wanted to take them to the fair, wanted to take them to the all-you-can-eat and get some good food, and then go out to steaks at Stradler's later. Are you kidding me?
Did you miss the part where he threatened to kill her?
When did he threaten to kill her?
That was a blatant whole conversation of threat when she stopped her from going. Where the hell were they going? The zoo or some random thing where Harlan was gonna go play.
Oh well, yeah, when he just saw her in the car with another woman and it's supposed to be his wife, and he's been faithful on. He's been going.
So take that to your wife then. Exactly. That's the thing with people that get on that. You don't fight whoever the extracurricular person is. You go to your mate and you punch them in the throat.
He just figured she was walking the wrong path and just wanted to get rid of that temptation and get back to his happy life as a happy family.
Get back to being in control. Stop it. Go ahead.
Come on. It was the 50s. Of course they were in control. Or 60s, actually. Oh, then we get Lila running down Herb, and she's like, dude, she wants to find out where Diego went. Like, did he really have to, like, hold that paper down his pants just so he could tell her he wants to show him something big? Like, did you even notice that?
He had to do that. It's pretty much like evidence I was against the handler. You pretty much waved that around the wrong person this time with a commission where not everyone is loyal. I would do the same thing.
He could have put that in his inside coat pocket or something. He just wanted to go around being freaky.
How you know he had an inside coat pocket?
Oh, he's wearing a suit. I mean, that kind of jacket absolutely has an inside coat pocket.
I have suit jackets that don't have an inside pocket. That were purchased from the men's section.
I'm not buying it.
No, it doesn't always work like that. And he could have put it in his pocket because it could have fallen out at any given time.
I think
the wrong person finds that.
He just wanted to reach down his pants to the first woman he saw, and he wanted to do it to Lila and be like, I have something big to show you, and then reach down his pants and grab something. She's like, what?
He knows exactly what Lila's training is. Do you really think he would try to nice guy antagonize her like that? I don't think so. Herb's not a stupid man.
Freaky Herb's ready to get it. He's got some fetishes he's got to work
out. Herb know his ass could get punted across the football field from Lila. He ain't pulling nothing.
Oh, shit. Did we have a pretty good idea what that file was about before they even revealed it, fandom?
Most likely, because like throughout the entire season, I'm just like, will she ever learn like what happened to her freaking parents? Was it number 5 that killed the parents? Why the handler was specifically there? All that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next we see the comic relief from the plot of 5 kicking Luther in the nuts, then fighting himself. Of course, like we said, with the Dancing with Myself being the theme track playing in the background, and that was just the perfect song as usual. Loving every minute of it. And it looked like Old Man 5 was kind of getting the better of Little Boy 5. Like, who was going to win that 5, AK? Who's going to win that fight?
I think it would have still ended up being a draw because they're both very skilled fighters. 5 didn't last in the apocalypse, and then working with the handler, that's not a small feat of anything to get through. That takes a lot, and he's had Little Klaus had more experience, and only by a few days, but it is still more experience. But I still got to keep it at a 50-50. One wrong slip up somewhere, and like if you miss your punch, then they come back in with the jab. That's your fault.
I feel like Old Man was kind of getting the better of that little boy, though. How about you, Phantom? Who's winning that fight?
I thought so too, because it did seem that number 5 was going through those side effects quicker than the Old Man. So I thought that the Old Man was probably going to get the jump.
I'm telling you, it did kind of look that way. Little 5 did have that little spinning round kick, though. That was pretty tight. I was loving it. Ben walks through the depths of Vanya's mind and sees the white violin on the table, and as he ventured inside it, he found Vanya all curled up on the floor, and Ben asks if she remembers, and she says, I remember everything. Right there, I am scared to death and looking for doors. You're like, this isn't gonna
Oh my gosh, DJ, really? Did you not hear the freaking Ben speech to Vanya, man?
Oh, I'm not
Sir.
buying it. Excuses. That's what I heard. Excuses. Because he's like, well, if I tell her the truth, she's probably just going to kill me quicker. So let me try to talk her down and see if I can get her from not exploding and blowing up the world.
Oh, goodness gracious. You know
In the
what?
words of
I
your
will
shirt,
say
DJ, you sit on a throne a lot.
of lies.
I tell
Absolute
the truth.
lies. You know, it comes up in the next episode. So let's put a pin in that because we're going to come back to that situation.
Oh, shit. What's up, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. Welcome back, Linda. I remember all during season 2, I thought for sure Lila was number 5 and the handler's child. I was wrong. Oh, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. Talk about plot twist. That would have been some shit.
That would have been crazy. I was wrong, too. I was 100% that Hargraves was 5. It still might be some kind of weird thing. We don't know what the hell's going on with that. We're going to get into that in a little bit. But, oh, my. Woo, didn't see that coming. I mean, man, no, I didn't really see that coming. But oh man, it was good to see she realizes like what and who she is, like just a monster. I mean, she killed Pogo, she destroyed the world just because she was in some kind of mood. Like I'm telling you, we got to face facts. Vanya is.
What? No, the question is why you keep dismissing facts.
I'm telling you. Hey, everybody, there's all kinds of people that had some rough upbringings. They don't all blow up the world just because they're just like feeling some kind of way.
She didn't mean to blow up the world. She was surprised. And when she got knocked out, the freaking beam skewed and then hit the moon. She wasn't aiming for the freaking moon.
Oh, she shouldn't have been aiming for anything. She has no chill. I mean, she is just maxed out 100% up at 11 all day.
Yeah, y'all see how he just smooth proved my point? Because he's just dismissing the shit. I'm
not dismissing it. I'm saying it to you. She shouldn't even been doing it that. She shouldn't have been that far in the first place. Why is she so extra? Oh,
blah,
man.
Blah, blah.
But Ben plays the good little brother and makes all the little excuses for awful behavior. And he says what we've been saying all along, basically, that of course she's messed up because her dad locked her away and then kept her drugged up for years. So of course she can be mental.
That's the answer to you guys' question. If you remember from the last time, you weren't sure if Ben actually knew what was happening with her.
Oh, yeah. So he did actually know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like Jason, she was messing up the world before that, exactly. Like, she is just crazy, twisting things, walking down the road, having, like, cars break and bend. And
did she know any of that was actually happening until it was pointed out to her? No, she didn't.
But then she did have it pointed out, and she still kept going further.
Because she has no training. Literally, at that point, she had no training.
She has temper tantrums, like Jake says, exactly. Oh, man, unbelievable. This little monster, everybody got excuses for her. It's like, man, you just need to chill a little bit, put a cap on something. Even, like, possess that little boy, almost made him go nuts. Like, she is just, like, the Midas touch. Everything she touches turns to shit.
How does she put... Oh, you know what? We'll get to that in the next episode, because that's when it all is. Stop playing, DJ.
Oh, man. The perfect timing, because as Vanya finally snaps out of it, Ben starts to disintegrate. And, like, even now, she is still hurting people. But this one may be for the good. No more hijacking unwilling brothers' bodies. So, bye-bye, Ben. But he did save the world, so I got to give him props for that. I don't know. What do we think Ben told Vanya to tell Klaus for him? And then, of course, we get to see it in the end. But did you guys have any idea what he might have whispered? I mean, how could anybody guess that, right?
I thought it would have been it was something along the lines of, it's not your fault.
I thought
and we did get a variation of that. That is essentially a part of what he said, but that was the first thing that crossed my mind.
I was thinking, like, tell him what I did with his body when he was sleeping.
You sadistic bastard.
Oh, what do you think it was? What do you think it was, Random?
I honestly didn't know. At first, I thought it was going to be some type of joke that we were all would have laughed at. Just like a final farewell thing to Klaus. But then in the beginning of the next episode, I'm like, okay, I'm guessing it aligns with this.
Absolutely. And then Sissy is letting Carl know in the next scene that she is done playing games and wants her baby boy back. And he reminds her that it's his son, too. It's like he did everything he could to provide a happy home, and it's just not good enough for her. And now she's got a gun on this man? I was like, good Lord. He even said out the door, he's like, I'm going to get you the proper help that you need. I mean, this man is, again, trying to do the right thing, and this crazy psycho pulls a freaking shotgun on him, but she's the good guy?
Who said she was the good guy? I'm pretty sure we all came up to the same consensus last week that, yeah, she needs to be held accountable for her fuck shit, too. But in that situation, No, she was well within her means as a mama bear. If he was really that worried about getting Harlan help, why didn't he do it long before this?
He's been trying, but she keeps talking him out of it and telling her she wants to raise him out on this farm.
That doesn't matter. He ignored her this time. He should have ignored her before if that was really his goal.
He finally just had enough after all this. I mean, she's sleeping with women and all this other stuff. He's like, I'm done listening to her. Let me go save this boy. I thought she might be on the right track, but obviously she's not. So I'm going to take matters into my own hand.
Tisk tisk.
Oh, Sissy wants to keep Harlan home and take care of him, like we're saying, but she has no idea how. And I mean, Carl just wants to take him in for professional help. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I just can't see why they kept making it look like he was in the wrong. It was killing me. So Carl tries to wrestle the gun away from Sissy, and of course it goes off, and the bullets fly, and they're heading straight for Harlan. So he invokes Vanya's bulletproof powers and sends the bullets back through his daddy's chest. And it's like, was this murder or self-defense, fandom? Because I feel like he could have sent that bullet in any direction, but he made sure to put it through Daddy-O. Like, he put Daddy down, and, like, he's just done dealing with Daddy's shit. What do you think?
Oh, goodness.
Man, the boy doesn't even know how to use the freaking abilities now.
Thank you! For
Come on.
God's sake! Stop wilding out here, DJ! See, this is why when the kids turn 11, they get sent to Hogwarts. Because they need to learn control of their power. He has no training at all.
But if it's just instinct, I mean, it should kick in and it could kick that bullet anyway, and it just happened to put it right through Daddy's chest.
Okay. Yo, how do mutants use their powers once puberty hit and they're always under a situation of duress and stress? How do they make it work? They don't. It just happens.
It just snaps off and they need to learn how to control it, huh?
Yes.
That does make sense. Well, back at the commission, red alarms are going off everywhere, and Lila's also going off because she just found out the hit on her parents was no accident. It was a kill order signed by AJ. Looks like the handler's been like 3 steps ahead of the game this whole time. Like, was she planning on taking over the commission? Basically, always she was going to do this, fandom?
Yeah, most likely she was. She was pretty much power hungry. But I don't think like she knew like the whole 743 plan that AJ had commenced, because the moment when she came in the room with that order, she really grabbed the knife. But then just luckily Lila just thought it was AJ who like did the order.
Oh, the handler was quick.
Well, the handler forged that shit, yeah. That's why she grabbed the knife, because she thought Lila was about to accuse her.
Yeah, she thought her life was
exactly what Lila can do.
Who wins that fight between Lila and her mom, AK?
Lila, easily.
I think Lila does that?
Easily.
I don't know, the handler knows that. Tricks.
You said the handler can do some tricks?
I said the handler's got them tricks. Yeah, she'd be 3 steps ahead, like walking Lila into some trap that she never saw coming.
I honestly would not put it past her to be around for season 3. But for that situation right there, no, she legit thought that she was caught. And she thought she'd just be quick enough to get a quick stab in the right direction, in the right spot, and then she'd run the hell out of the room.
I want to be like her, and she's making it hard. Oh, I want to like her, but she's making it hard. I know I misread one of Jake's last week. We were when we were trying to guess what was on the what was in the FBI, what was on the table, and somebody said cell phone. It's like there are no cell phones in 1963. I went back and watched that. I was laughing. Oh, man. But absolutely, yeah, they are making it tough. But, I mean, that's how they're writing it, and that's why we love it so much. Save the umbrella, save the world. You already know it. Because the handler can handle. You know this. I love the handler. She, like I said, she's 3 steps ahead of everybody. Do you think
she's a good villain?
Did you think Lila really believed the handler, or does she know she's lying and, like, she's truly the one who signed that kill order and she's just kind of playing along for now? Like, we kind of saw what happened in the end, but right then, did you think she was kind of playing the handler, or did you think she was buying her story, fandom?
Yeah, she was buying her story.
Yeah, I kind of thought, to me, it looked like she was acting. I thought she kind of had some insidious plan, but nay, she was buying it hook, line, and sinker. I couldn't believe that. The handler says everything is a test. So is she testing Lila, getting her all worked up about 5, like knowing 5 would pretty much kill her in a fight, AK?
Yes and no. Yes, because that's just the way the handler's mind works, you know, and we've seen proof of that from the beginning, I think. But then no, because somewhere inside of her, I do think she has some genuine affection for Lila, but Lila was only just a means to an end for her. That was basically her big gun. If she didn't convince Five to go and kill all of the board, I'm pretty sure she would have dispatched Lila to do some shit in the shadows.
And as quick and easy as Five did it, she probably would have been able to do it.
Yep.
But if there's no superpowered people in there, then maybe she wouldn't have been able to do it. I don't know. That's it.
Nah, I still think she would be able to do it.
Probably.
Absolutely.
Honestly, at this point, like any member of the Umbrella Academy can walk in there and kill like the board directors with ease. Honestly.
Yeah, They were like fish in a barrel. It was just ridiculous. That was crazy. What do you think the handler was afraid that Lila already knows too much and she may actually find out the whole truth at this point and then take revenge on her? Like that last kiss out the door almost seemed more like a kiss of death from Lila. That's why I thought she had some plan cooked up.
I think at that point in time is when, you're talking about the handler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at that point in time is when she saw whatever timetable she was on, she needed to speed it up. Yeah. I mean, it's like when shit goes wrong, Ned's head gets chopped off, and then we're in the middle of this, War of the Five Kings, and you got to plan some shit for Stannis to storm the castle. It was basically a Hail Mary.
Yeah. And the handler told AJ the thing about fishes, they're no match for a shark. That was so disgusting. Phantom, did you actually think she was about to eat him?
The way how she just had AJ up in the air and said like the fishbowl, I'm just like, damn, she's gonna eat him, ain't he? Oh, and yep, lo and behold, AJ done.
That was disgusting. What's up, AK? Is there any way that AJ swims around in there and makes it out on the other side to season 3?
I think it's highly possible because 1, goldfish don't freaking talk. And 2, I want to say he's some type of specific alien that's been, planted as the head of this weird ass time association. And that also makes me think the handler might be an alien too. I didn't think about it before, but she really was shot point blank in the head. You don't survive things like that just all willy-nilly. So something extra is up with her, and if she shows up in season 3, I want that backstory.
That's true. And she not only lived through a shot to the head, I mean, 5 threw a grenade on her ass and blew shit up. And she lived also somehow.
Why the hell does this bitch not age?
Yeah.
Because you think about how long 5 was in the apocalypse by himself.
Right.
He had already been, what was he about? Maybe 50, 55 when she found him. So there's all those years ahead. And then plus how many other years she was there, plus to where we are now. And this chick still looks the same. I know that some of us humans, like Angela Bassett, have like vampire genes and shit. But there's something extra going on with the handler in that department.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Humans don't age that well.
I love that call out because, yeah, exactly. She's been around forever and doesn't look like she has aged a bit. Oh, out beyond the grassy knoll, Luther finally steps in to end the madness, and he acts like he's about to shoot Little Five and then slaps Old Man Five with the butt of his gun, knocking him out. And he tells Little Five to open the portal, and out flies the fire extinguisher that claws through from the other side. That was such a beautiful callback.
I love that callback.
Oh, did you even remember that, Phantom, when he did that?
Not at all.
Oh,
what? Oh, amazing. I totally had the aha moment.
What the hell? And I was like, oh, yeah, exactly. I was loving that. And then so that was sweet. And then Vanya finally comes to at the FBI headquarters to see the carnage she created. And Diego, always the hero, wakes up and instantly gets back on his I gotta save Kennedy high horse. It's like, he is so dense. He thinks just because the building didn't fall that he can save the president and there won't be any major repercussions or time ripples. It's like, what an amazing idiot. Like, luckily he's so dumb that he's easily tricked. But I mean, what is up with this guy? He can't let it go, Phantom?
Nope, he cannot at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know. He's just got to do it. Is he going to be a problem in season 3, AK?
I think Diego's always a problem. He's just such an impulse character that even after failing multiple times and seeing the way him being too quick to action or being too slow to action even has had major effects with everyone, but he's still on this random nonsense.
Oh man,
there needs to be growth there for season 3 with Diego.
Yeah, he's got to figure some things out, but he's this old and still this dumb. I don't know.
Yep.
Speaking of trick, like they got me too with that Hargraves lookalike. I was like, I didn't see that coming. Put a little decoy out there.
Oh shit! I just thought about it. Hargraves is Dr. Doom.
He's Dr. Doom.
Yep. He's got Doom Hargrave bots all over the city.
Always taking it. He could. And the Fives are still battling for the briefcase when Luther kicks old man through the portal. And so will there always be like 2 sets of the Umbrella Academy now? Like the ones in this timeline and then the ones in the 2019 timeline?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's going to have to be.
And now it looks like there's a third one maybe that we're going to have to talk about later. So,
actually put a pin in this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because all of this calls back to the finale.
Yeah, this is crazy. 2019. And then when Diego tackled who he thought was his dad, that man looked strange, almost like he was wearing a human mask. Like he didn't look normal. He didn't look human. Which we see later, which may have been like that old man didn't look normal to me. I'm like, is there any way that that was the dad in disguise? Maybe wearing another different face, or was that just a decoy, you think?
No, I mean they showed him talking to that person.
Oh, they did?
Didn't they?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that. They just showed him walking, and then Diego tackled him, and I'm like, he might have.
I think it's at the beginning. I think it's at the beginning of the finale episode, if I remember correctly.
I'll have to recheck that out.
Yeah.
But the man handed Diego a note that read, "Told you so." Told him so about what, AK?
What they were talking about at dinner. When Diego got his feelings hurt and he was about to cry, and then his stutter came back because he got all nervous in front of his dad again. I don't remember what the exact words were, but he basically just said, Diego, you ain't shit. Just from you doing this and this and that, I can ascertain that you're not going to amount to the level of anything that I would want a child that I raised to aspire to.
Yeah, that makes sense. The man in the glasses said, now that we had the technology to beat the Russians to the moon, Hargrave's interest in the dark side of the moon won't be affected. What interest? Was he talking about? Do you have any idea, Phantom?
Transformers. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, see, high five, Phantom. This is why me and this dude been rocking with you for so long. He's thinking Transformers. I'm thinking Inhumans. We could both be right.
Oh man, because they do bite from a lot of other movies, so that absolutely could be. And now that we know what we know, like, was there a real reason for Luther to be checking soil samples on the moon? I mean, maybe he wasn't up there just doing nothing.
Nah, he was there doing nothing. Because even the father admitted it in the grave. He was like, I pretty much sent you there for nothing. Like, come on.
And Luther wasn't on the dark side of the moon.
He was on the straight light side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's nuts. There had to be. I'm starting to think there might have been some other reason he was up there. But
I don't think he would want Luther anywhere near that.
Could be. Oh, who's up there talking Inhumans?
Ion. See, Ion, bruh. Again, that's why me and this dude rock all the time.
Inhumans, #1 Marvel TV show ever.
Not the #1 Marvel TV show, Ion, but I appreciate the trolliness in your comments as always. Never change, my friend. Never change.
When that man threatened to tell the world who Hargraves really was, like, and what he did he actually know that he was an alien, do you think, Phantom?
I don't think they knew he was an alien.
Yeah, they looked a little shocked when he did what he did. I don't know. How do you feel about that, AJ?
I think from the looks on their faces, they absolutely had no idea. Because the dude threatened him and said, we'll tell people exactly who you are. That could be just any number of shady businesses that he might have going on in the background. I took that to mean, like I said earlier, it's more of a question of what you are, but they don't have that context. So, Hargrave basically had his Sonny from A Bronx Tale moment. When the biker gang came in to rough up the bar and he asked them politely to chill. And then they faked like they were just going to buy beers. And then they started fucking shit up. And Sonny goes over, cool as hell. Don't say shit to nobody. Locks the door. And bitch, now you can't leave.
That was amazing.
And that's exactly what Hargraves did. Oh, you going to tell him who I am? Look, let me pull this mask off real quick so I can take care of this wet work. And you can catch all these fucking hands.
He got all of them, too.
All of them.
Oh, and then when the handler got called to the infinite switchboard room where alarms are just going nuts, and the analyst says he's never seen anything like it. The anomaly is off the charts. What do you think he was talking about there, Phantom?
Repeat that?
Uh-oh. When the handler got called into the infinite switchboard room and all the alarms were going crazy, and the analyst said that he's never seen anything like it, the anomaly was off the charts. What anomaly was he talking about?
Oh, that was like Harlan. Like I literally was looking at the freaking
TV screens?
yeah, and I'm just like, it all showed Harlan. I'm just like, oh shoot. So then I'm just like, was this truly like, the butterfly that got stomped on that truly like, started it all? I really wasn't Vanya, but it's always like ties back in with Vanya. Like she's like literally was the catalyst. We just didn't know what specifically. With Diego, at one point we all thought that it was the building exploding with JFK. But then when that was avoided, it was still tied now back to how she brought back Carlin.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that's another thing Vanya didn't know that she could do. But she definitely activated his mutant X gene, like I said last time.
But I love how you noticed all those TV screens and how it all had everything to do with like the farm and Harlan. And like, one thing I didn't know is like one of them screens had like little pigs on it. I was like, was that like one of his toys or something that I missed? I was like, I didn't get that screen. Like that was kind of crazy. It was like two cartoon pigs on there. That was a trip.
Yeah, I don't recall the pigs. I don't know.
The handler calls back all the personnel saying they're going to war. And like, will their own people even back her at this point? Like, I think the Swede wants to kill her before she even gets a chance to get started. And unless Five shows up just in time to save her, I think he might do it. So that's what I was writing, like, as I was watching it. I hadn't seen obviously the next one. But yeah, it looked like I called that one on point.
I think the Swedes were contract killers. I don't think they were with the agency. So the people that we saw, they're basically, the vast agents that were Cha-Cha and
right, exactly.
What's my boy's name? So yeah, I think they would follow her because it's like they're not programmed to want or even know how to break the rules. So if she's in charge and she gives an order, they just go.
I like that. And what was all that glowing going on in Sissy's barn? Like, did we think that was Harlan, or did Vanya make it back there in time, like, for disposing of Carl's body? Like, what was going on? And then, of course, we see in the next episode what it really is. So, asking those.
I definitely thought it was Harlan.
Yeah. Did you figure it was just Harlan too, Phantom?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Such a great episode. That was episode 9. And right before we get into the finale, you're going to drop a few bombs on some trivia. If you guys know the answer, drop it in the comment box. If you're watching this later, drop it in the comments down below. Question number 1. Who did Claus say was not around for the victory party because they're dead?
Wasn't it Ben?
That is incorrect. Who did Claus say was not around for the victory party because they're always dead? They're dead.
David or Hargreaves, maybe? I don't. Yeah, this is another episode where I didn't take too many notes. I ran out of time, so I just kept watching. Took some notes for the next one.
Absolutely, keeping it moving. Who did Claus say Diego looked like with long hair?
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
I mean, and lightweight Klaus wasn't wrong. he got the look.
Oh man. What is the final stage of paradox psychosis?
Homicidal tendencies.
Homicidal rage. Close enough. We're going to give it to you. What did Lila threaten Herb with if he didn't tell her where Diego went?
This one I wrote down because this was amazing. Hold up.
I'm glad you did because I forgot. I was just looking at her.
I will staple your colon into your nose and let you die in your own farts. I was like, come on.
Yo, you want to talk about hell of an insult, bruh.
Even Herb said that is so graphic.
See if you don't sit your ass down after somebody says that shit to you.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing, and even more amazing. The Phantom had it on point. That was great. Oh, what did the woman on the PA at the commission say the timeline was?
What?
The woman on the PA at the commission.
I want to say it was something to the effect of it, like something breaking within it or somewhere along those lines. I don't remember the specifics.
No, the woman on the PA kept repeating a line. The timeline was something.
Severed, broken, skewed. I don't know.
If you know those answers, write it in the chat box. If you're watching later, write in the comments down below. How long ago did Ben die?
It was 2006.
How many years ago?
Let's see.
13.
10. What? Well, we started in 20. Oh, wait. We started in 2019, not 2016. So, yeah.
How many years
I'm
ago
sure.
did Ben die? So, chat, anybody out there know?
Shit.
Oh wait, wasn't it 2006? Was the
It was
So are you sure it wasn't 13?
2006. And we started. Did we start the show off in 2016 or 2019? No,
No, it was
it was.
19.
I think was it 2019?
Yeah.
This is kind of a hard question because these guys have all been in the timelines for different amounts of time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but they did say it in the episode how many years ago it was. But yeah, if you're just trying to actually break it down, it's almost impossible because they were all in this new timeline for different amounts of time. Literally different years. So yeah, we'll let that one go. They actually said in the episode, so if anybody wants it for extra credit, let me know how many years ago did Ben die. What's this? That is so close. Oopsie. Oh, my eyes are shot. He said 14. That is incorrect. And Peter said nope. Oh, nobody got it yet. If you know it later, write it down in the comments down below. What name did Carl call Vanya?
What name did Carl call Vanya outside of being some
Russian something
or other? Yeah,
That's
a
it.
communist. I think he said at one point. Was that it?
Close. Called her a Russian she-devil.
Yeah.
Close enough. What was the kill order number from Lila's parents?
743.
There it is. The name of the episode. Well done.
Well done.
What is AJ's last name?
Dang, they mentioned his last name.
Oh,
Which one's AJ again?
He's
The fish.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't recall. But I feel like it was something randomly Swedish or British sounding, but I don't remember.
Remember, 5 was like the handler's fake signed in. He's like, no, I saw it. It was signed by AJ blank, his last name.
Oh no.
Bada boom, bada bing. What name did the handler call AJ when asking if he enjoyed the show? You enjoyed the show, yeah, and then called him a name.
Oh, that was such a good insult, and I forgot it.
Oh.
I will say one thing for the handler. Yo, she got game on playing the dozens. Like, I would love to see a match with her and Lady Olenna just going back and forth.
Oh, she does not mess around. Absolutely. While fighting, what name did the Fives call Luther?
King Kong.
Was it shit? No, was it ship place or ape something or other?
Oh, now we're on to something.
Ape shit. I feel like those two words were in the sentence.
Oh.
I can't remember how he put it together, and I meant to write that down, but because I liked it so much, I thought I would remember. But I have been drinking since then, so yeah, there's that.
Give some points to the Jakester from State Farm. Absolutely bringing it home. AJ's last name.
Carmichael. Hey, good on you.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. What's up? Did you Google it? Well done. Well done.
Well, I'll fully admit to Googling. It was 17 years for Ben.
Absolutely. It was 17 years for Ben. Nailed it. While fighting, what name did the Fives call Luther? You called it pretty close. They called him Ape Man.
Yeah.
5 said he messed up the math, and that's why he looks like he does. He wrote down 5.7. It should have been what?
0.57, whatever the other numbers were.
Yeah.
He said they put the decimal point in the wrong place.
0.57. Close enough. We're going to give you that one. Well done. Just a couple more. How many shots did the radio say were shot at the motorcade?
3.
Absolutely. Knocking it out of the park. Oh, man. Well done.
Nice.
What was the radio station that was broadcasting the president's visit?
Shit, I don't remember. I want to say it was something in Cuba, but I think they just mentioned it was like a situation that happened in Cuba.
They did.
Damn it.
What was the radio station that was broadcasting the president's visit? Right down below. And last but not least, how long did the man in the glasses say it would take to get to the moon?
It's been 2 or 3 years. It was 2 or 3. It sounded close.
What'd you say, AK?
I said 5 years.
We're gonna give that one. He said 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really? What year is it though? What year is
They're
it
in the
again?
60s.
Oh, so that's a bit closer to 1969.
He says, yeah, it was definitely in the 60s. Math. Oh man, absolutely. That was amazing. Bringing it back on where it's time to get into the finale. And what a finale it was. It was so much better than the first one. Absolutely loved it. And this one was called The End of Something.
They killed it.
We open on Ben's funeral and we got a Pogo cameo. We also see that even in devastating times such as this, Hargraves had no love. Like he was just always an asshole. Like, did he ever show any love to these kids, AK?
I told you no. He didn't. But this was, I'm glad we were starting like right here. This was one of the things that I didn't want to go into with the previous episode. But when it comes to the Ben and Vanya relationship, Vanya is the first person in line in the funeral procession. And I think like how these kids are numbered and how they've interacted, they kind of correlate together. So it showed that, you know, Ben and Vanya were decently close. And you can tack what's his name? Klaus into this because, you know, between them they were pretty much like close together in number. And it shows how much that he cared, which is why he knew how Vanya was suffering. So when we saw him go get her, we knew that was all just coming straight from the heart for him.
Yeah, who had no heart was Hargraves, though.
Yeah, and Hargraves was still a dick, an even bigger dick.
Oh, the way he blamed the children for Ben's death, like that was so
You
hard.
allowed him to die. Motherfucker, where the hell were you at? You're a whole ass alien. Why the fuck weren't you in here?
Oh, and then has to take it a whole nother step and just like says there are forces fighting back against the evil, like, but none of that is here. I was like, these are kids, man.
I guess them kids didn't ask you to put them into superhero school, man.
But then again, he did say that they were never children too. So and now knowing what he is, it's like now he might be speaking from a whole nother level. Is there an entire species of aliens on Earth, or is it more like an invincible situation and he's the only one, fandom?
No, I think that's a good question though.
Secret invasion.
Yeah, could be. Well, in terms of Hargreaves, it seems like he thinks he may be the only one. There could be like many others, honestly.
Like now I'm starting to think when we saw him and his wife back in the day, and then people were just bouncing out and taking off, those could have been all aliens from a different planet, all shooting off to Earth or other planets, other inhabitable planets.
Could be a Dragon Ball Z situation. Frieza coming.
Yeah, I mean, and who's to say that, you know, whoever these other aliens are, maybe they're not necessarily on Earth just yet, but they could be in a cloaked ship and running these experiments with impregnating women and having them birth kids within like 5 minutes. Like, I don't know if either one of you watch American Horror Story, but the last season had some episodes that dealt with that. Humans literally being made into baby making chambers where kids are born like every 10 minutes or something.
That's crazy. That'd be sweet. But as expected, all the Sibs are feeling some sort of way, and they're kind of at each other's throats at the funeral. And Klaus walks off by himself and tries to flex his powers, and bingo, it looks like he brought Ben back. Like, that was kind of a trip.
I don't think he brought him back.
Well, we find out later that he didn't, but right then I thought he did. I was like, oh, snap, he just brought back his brother. Like, he's getting a hold of his powers a little bit. What'd you think about that, Fano?
Well, now I'm beginning to question like Klaus's abilities as to does he bring back ghosts that have unfinished business, or could he bring back the ghosts that have like gone to the other side? That's my question now.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
It looks like now that Ben has evaporated and gone to the other side, I don't think he's going to be able to talk to him. I don't think he's going to be around anymore. So I don't think he can talk to ones the other side. Maybe ones.
And again, didn't he went to heaven in that one episode or something?
What's that?
Then in season 1, when he spoke to his father, like didn't he like went to heaven or something?
No,
or was that limbo?
I feel like that was just some random plane.
Like that was purgatory, yeah.
Okay.
See, I don't think it was purgatory per se. I mean, they did talk to, you know, little girl on the bike god figure, but I don't think it was purgatory. I think it was just a space in reality that we can't get to, but because of Klaus's power, he's got a key to that shit.
And now we know freaking Hargreaves is a freaking alien. What was he doing there?
Exactly.
Like, do they all share?
I don't think it's heaven or hell, or anything that could be in our imaginations of what the afterlife is like.
Or yeah, and maybe Hargraves can mess with people's minds, and he just basically put Claus in this little mind freak place that's his own little bubble of reality. That's kind of crazy.
That's possible, but I think this is where one of the upgrades that Klaus got. I think there's a few in the Umbrella Academy that got specific upgrades for this episode, and Klaus is one of them. Because we see him fighting later, and 2 random ass ghost soldiers came and caught him when he was about to fall and break his neck.
Right. And speaking of Klaus, it was interesting to see that all this time, like, he thought it was him that brought his brother back. So when he was always telling him to leave, do you think he really wanted him to go? Or did he think he was just stuck with him forever, being the one that brought him back? So basically he could just keep telling him to leave, knowing that he really couldn't.
Neither.
You don't think it's either one of those?
No. I think he absolutely wanted Ben around, despite what Klaus says. Klaus contradicts himself constantly, especially when it comes between him being sober or drunk. So but one thing that always rings true is if you're in Klaus's heart, you are in his heart, and he will do anything to try to protect you in by any means necessary. Which is why he took so many ass whoopings for Dave.
Exactly. And the Sibs are gathered around the TV hearing how they're all wanted by the authorities in association with the Kennedy killing. So, that's got to make you feel some kind of way, like they're coming for you. And, of course, they can't all be together without arguing. It was funny to hear, like, Diego's side of things, like how he thinks things went down, calling himself the hero when really Ben saved the world. Like,
he did go to the switchboard, found out that it was freaking Vanya, went to the freaking building. The man literally passed in flying colors, at the commission for 10 minutes.
Was it Vanya, though?
In that timeline, it was Vanya.
No, the building exploded, but there was still a shooter for Kennedy. It was the shot that killed him, not that explosion.
Nah, the building never exploded, though. In this time that they were able to save Vanya, the building never exploded. Because if the building exploded, he never would have gotten shot.
Right.
I thought there was a whole side of that building that came off.
No.
All right, okay, maybe I'm misremembering.
Because once it exploded, she would have came out floating.
Yeah. And 5 seemed almost jealous about Diego almost getting hired on at the commission. Like, it just goes to show how competitive all these kids are with each other. Like, that was wild.
I don't know if I call it jealousy. It's just because he thinks Diego's a dumbass. Like, why the hell would they recruit you?
That's what I'm saying. I think he thinks he's so much smarter and better, and then he finds out Diego almost got a job there too. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not that special. Maybe Diego's not that bad.
Diego got the job because his girlfriend kidnapped him, though.
Yeah.
He didn't go through the regular process.
It's who you knew at that point.
What's that?
It's who he knew at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And how heartbreaking was that when Vanya actually finally asked for help from her siblings for the first time, and they're all like, no, we can't be bothered. We got too much other stuff going on. Like, that was like, oh. You really think they're going to let her go, fandom?
Doubt it.
They couldn't do that. I was just like, no way are they this ruthless. She's finally reaching out and asking for help, and they're like, can't do it, can't be bothered. I was like, no, you didn't. Especially when 5 said we need to make our stand here and now. I'm like, if I'm them and I'm taking on an army of anybody, I'm going to want Vanya by my side. So I might try to go help her out.
Oh, now you want Vanya by your side?
Oh, if I'm fighting battles and armies.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, when you need to fight crazy, you want crazy on your side.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm not disagreeing with that sentiment. I'm just saying it's funny how you always trying to lock my girl up, but fight. Bring that one over here.
No, she's evil, but hey, when you gotta fight evil, then bring out evil. Let's do it. Oh, and Klaus, of course, is the first one to the car to say he's gonna roll with her, and as usual, he's trying to make it all about him. He asked if Ben said anything about him. It's just funny. He gets in and he's instantly like, oh, did Ben say anything about me? No matter what situation Klaus is in, he makes it about himself. It's awesome.
But it's justifiable. He's always had been around for a year since his death. And so no.
I thought that was a very plausible question.
Really? When he jumps in and Vanya's asking for help and the first thing he does is make it about himself and he's like, oh yeah, I'll come. I don't know. I just thought that was weird.
It's one instance, but yeah.
And he did, and now it's not how it looked. Like it wasn't him who brought Ben back. Ben had actually made the choice himself. He was just too scared to go to the light. So that was kind of cool to hear that. And then after hearing that, the rest of the Sibs join him, and they all head off to Sissy's farm. And they are not alone. The Sweet is also on their tail, coming in for the trip. And when they arrive at the farm, it is a straight up blizzard going on. Like Harlan was off the chain. What was Sissy thinking? Like if my son was up there lit up like a glow stick in the middle of some self-made static tornado, I'd be looking for all the help I could get, not trying to chase people off with a shotgun. What was that all about, AK?
I mean, I gotta say, she's already under stress. And she doesn't know what's happening. But even still, that's her son. So she's gonna protect them. She doesn't know Vanya's siblings. She knows Vanya, but she's in panic mode and in shock. So it takes her a little bit to really recognize Vanya as who's standing in front of her and talking. I mean, as soon as Vanya, got her down, she put the gun down. She didn't try to harm them after that.
So you don't even think she knew that was Vanya at first?
At first, no. I don't think she did. She was just in panic mode, protect my son because some shit is going down that I don't understand, but he's still my first priority.
Absolutely. Oh, I don't like spoilers either. And yep, I was not spoiled on this one. This show was, loved it all the way through. As Vanya tries to talk Harlan down, Diego's ex and her mother show up. And so Five and Diego decide they're going to head out and see what they want. And the handler's there to eliminate the one responsible for killing the board of directors. Diego says they didn't do it. And then Five pulls a line straight out of Independence Day saying, that's not entirely accurate. Like I was saying, this show is not afraid to borrow from other shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then Diego goes Diego and puts his foot in his mouth again. Like, did you really think the handler was going to show up here all alone to try to take all you guys on? Like, idiot, just calling for trouble. I was like, this
Diego.
He never learns. He never learns. And how does the commission get anything done when they all seem to have like the aim of stormtroopers? Like, I didn't get that. There was literally 1,000 agents out there, and literally not one of them shot nothing that could hit the broadside of a barn. I was like,
yo. This is Battle of the Bastards, Jon Snow level of plot armor right here.
Not so much.
There's so many times Jon should have died, and there's no way that they made it behind that tractor without getting shot in the foot or in the ass, at least.
Not so much as a flesh wound was inflicted.
It was like, what was it, like 200 freaking agents there?
More than
impossible.
That. More than that. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then Vanya decides she's heard enough, so she's going to come quiet down the mess. And then we all got a surprise seeing that we were kind of right 2 streams ago. Lila does have powers. And my question is, what does she do when she's not around another powered person? Like, there'd be no power for her to mimic. So does that mean she doesn't have any powers?
I think she's more like Rogue from the X-Men. Once she's around, and not even Rogue. No, I'll say Peter Petrelli from the Heroes show that used to be on NBC. He was an empath. So any person that he was just around for not even a whole big amount of time, like 5 seconds or whatever, he took in and copied their powers, and he would retain all of that.
So you think?
So I'm pretty sure there have been time jumps off screen that we haven't seen, where the handler put Lila next to every last one of the Umbrella Academy, because she's had those powers long before she showed up for this fight, and she's better equipped than they are because she spent the most time training and concentrating on controlling all of those powers. That's how she was kicking their ass.
That makes sense. But Vanya almost talks Harlan down until the agents fire about 1,000 bullets into the barn walls, and Vanya's had enough. She heads out to put an puts an end to all the madness. And speaking of madness, we see that Diego went full Neo and stopped about 100 bullets and then sent them in another direction. Phantom, did we have any idea he had this power up his sleeve?
Hell no, I'm so confused by that. How the hell was he able to do that?
Upgrade.
I was like, wait a minute, we didn't see this. I mean, we know he can throw knives around corners, so I mean, maybe he can just like Magneto it and just do that to all steel.
I mean, anything is possible. Honestly, like I said, I think Vanya got an upgrade.
I'm like, when did
Diego got an upgrade? Klaus definitely got an upgrade. So the last 2 that are left are Allison and
Luther.
And Luther. Yeah, 5 even got a little bit of an upgrade because he took into account what Hargreaves said to him. and he, did what needed to be done in the end.
Daddy. If Diego has like that kind of power, why not just send the bullets back to all the agents who shot him and pull a Harlan on him?
He doesn't have enough experience points. He can't upgrade again. He's got to wait till season 3.
It's like we're just gonna explain it like that. That's it. But no need. Vanya comes out to knock them all down with a real quick blast. But unfortunate for our crew, we see that they are not the only ones here with powers. Seems like Lila has the mirror type power that can duplicate any powers used against her, and that was pretty cool what she did to Allison.
Oh shit! Lila is Umbrella Academy Taskmaster.
Oh, she was amazing. And Allison was already like fairly put off on using her powers, and then after having them used against her, you think she's gonna be even less likely to use them from now on, AK?
Even more so. Like, she already didn't want to do it the whole time she was in the past. Right. She only did that because Ray lightweight pressured her, but she wanted to come clean and be completely honest. So she showed him. And you can see how quickly something like that can go left when you're in situations like the freaking civil rights movement. If that were me, for real, I don't think I could ever blame Allison for going through and whispering ears like, yeah, I heard a rumor that you said brown folk will be cool in this country, and we will never ever again be discriminated against. I wouldn't be able to stop myself from doing that.
Yeah, but you'd have to do it to everybody.
Right. It would be such a task, and then such a burden, because as we saw later, Allison is able to come out of that with Luther's help. So what happens if you do something on that grand scale, and then shit goes haywire, and people figure out that it's you? Now that she's actually felt what that can be like, she's going to be even less inclined to use that power. But if they continue their activities, she'll still be okay because she's a fighter. So she doesn't necessarily need that defensive power. She has an offensive power.
So then we get the handler making her way to Harlan, and we see that's the real reason she's even here. She wants a new powered person by her side and one that doesn't hold back. Was she planning on killing Lila regardless of what happened and raising Harlan to be her new right-hand man? Fandom?
Oh yeah, since like the last few episodes, she again, like we were mentioning before, she was losing her grip on her to the point that the moment she saw when the agent was talking about the anomaly, and she saw Harlan, she was like, "Oh, perfect chance. Let me just kill this agent so there's like no loose ends." And then she just covered it saying, "Oh, we're just here to kill the people who killed the board." No, that's not why y'all here. Y'all here to get Harlan.
Exactly. And I agree, Jay Cruz. I loved Heroes, but boy, it petered out quick.
Oh gosh, yes it did.
I mean, it was last good season.
I lightweight agree with fandom there, but I don't think she would have just gotten rid of Lila. That's why I think she gave her that promotion to like captain of like their soldiers of the guard or some shit. She was trying to put Lila, basically send her to another province to rule and take care of other tasks while she has Harlan next to her. I'm pretty sure whenever alerts go off with their company, those alerts for Harlan she saw were higher levels than what Lila has. So she knew she needed to make a switcheroo to get more power. And that's what she was trying to do. I don't think her plan was to kill Lila, but she improvises all the time.
And it looks like Lila did believe the handler's story. She's ready to kill Five nice and slow. And Five tells her he has no idea what she's talking about. When she clues him in, he's just like, yeah, I killed your parents. I've killed a lot of people, but it wasn't personal. And Lila's like, it's always personal for me. And she just can't fathom it. And that's why Five says, that's why you'll never make it as an assassin. Like, you don't have the makeup for it. So
that's
she was getting her eyes open real quick. Mm-hmm. He then figures out on the fly that it was Lila, the handler was after all along, her own personal little hit woman. And Lila doesn't want to believe him, but deep down she knew it was true, didn't she, Vandam?
Yep, she knew.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way. So she was coming to some real truth.
She's not a stupid person.
And I love how even in this tense time, like Lila told Diego, he took off on her. He said, because I had to save the world. Like, he still thinks he's the one that stopped Doomsday. Like, poor Ben just getting no credit. I'm like, Diego cannot get out of his own way.
Diego was the first one to get knocked out or something, wasn't it? Oh, no. No. Allison was the first to try because, again, like I've said from the beginning, her and Vanya were closer than I think they showed on the screen. So she's always going about trying to get her sisters back now.
Well, she was tired of listening to Claus and
Yeah,
Diego.
yeah. So she's like, you know what? Let me have my Black Widow moment. I always got to clean up after you assholes. So let me just go and do this real quick. We'll be back in a minute. But of course, she wasn't ready for that shockwave.
And trying to have a moment, poor Luther just cannot read a room. Like, he tried to chime in with his 2 cents, and nobody was trying to hear it. Like, poor Luther. He just wants to be heard.
He lived on the moon for some years, man. He's socially awkward.
He is very socially awkward. And Diego finally breaks through to Lila, and just when it's about to be all love and kisses, the handler comes in with a heater and starts smoking fools. She killed them all. I was like, was there a second Phantom that you thought that might have really been curtains for our crew?
Man, if y'all saw my reaction, I thought they were dead, but I'm just like, wait a minute, they can't just like kill all the MCs just like that. Like, what the hell? Like, how are they gonna bounce back from this? And then later we see how.
Sure. No, finish up, Phantom. I'll tell my idea after. Finish up.
And then we finally got that few episode flashback of what Harvey was talking about number 5 with. I'm like, oh, so that's what he meant by seconds. But as you were saying, again.
Yeah. Well, I'm making a request. I mean, it's your time, so you don't have to do it. But I really do miss your reactions for some shows. And even if you're not going to air it, I would love if you just made clips of you watching these, because I really would have loved to see your face when this whole shit broke out and Lila came in like freaking, Rogue had a baby with Jean Grey level of powers.
Or when Hargreaves pulled off his face.
Or bruh. Who the fuck saw that shit coming? Like, I knew it was coming because I'd seen it, but the first time I watched, I was sitting there like, wait, what the fuck?
I was like, what the hell is this? You didn't even hint towards any of this. I mean, maybe
now
that one
you
scene,
can't leave.
That was crazy. And Lila must have really been caught up in her feelings to be like, try such a feeble attempt on the handler. Like, she was so quick at fighting 5, she should have saved one of them flash jumps for Mama. I was like, what was that? Just coming at her like, oh, and then getting, oh, come on. Of course you're going to get shot. She got a gun in her hand. That was terrible.
She's dealing through her grief, man.
Right? So they're all dead, but all but 5, and then the handler's just about to turn his lights out. She gets blasted by the last remaining Swede, and I almost forgot about him. I was like, "Oh shit! Finally, nice."
You didn't see him following them?
No, I
even
did.
though I saw, but even then, yeah, like DJ, like so much was happening within that scene.
Oh,
like,
dude, I immediately knew that was him.
Oh, I forgot all about the Swede. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I mean, he said a brother for a brother, but he has 2 brothers. He still has some blood to get.
That's what I was saying. Like, good thing he didn't notice Allison standing right there, because she would probably actually got hers too. It's like, that was no good. And as 5 lays there in a pool of his own blood, the Swede's about to tap him out, and he remembers what his not yet father told him. Start small, seconds, not decades. And then he got like another shout out to the special. I gotta give a special shout out to the special effects, because that scene with him rewinding time, I thought
they handled that.
Like
that was better than like the Avatar and Matrix level. Shit, that was awesome.
Everybody coming back up from being shot in the background while he's like fighting to his dude. I thought that looked so
like that whole sequence, like from the minute where they see Lila and the handler, and then all of the assassins come in, then they get to the tractor, they get to the barn, everybody is dead. That whole sequence was the best part of this whole season, in my opinion. It was like when we finally got to the first Avengers movie, but it still took them halfway through to be on that bridge and form up and come together as a team. I thought that shit looked spectacular all around.
I'm with you, Jake. I don't like reaction videos either, but Phantom is far and away the best. He has the best.
He is. He's so one of my favorite reactors to watch. But, the real world gets to you. Adulting does not halt for the streams. So we only get those reactions few and far between nowadays.
So then we got 5 getting back to before everyone got shot, and then just stops the handler before she can do it again. And just as Lila's asking for answers, the Swede takes out the handler before she could. So she already knows the truth, doesn't she? Or is she gonna like hold on to some things because she actually never heard it out of Mumsy's mouth? So she thinks maybe it might not be true. What do you think, Phantom?
He said he'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
So he's muted.
Oh, so what do you think of that?
I think that she absolutely believes what was going down. For the antics that Lila pulls, Lila is not stupid. She's eccentric and weird like that because she was raised by the freaking handler.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, once you really present the facts to Lila, she will take that shit to heart. And everything that 5 knew she knows how to tell if someone is lying, and she saw all truth on his face and in his eyes. So she immediately already had jumped ship, but it was going to take a minute. If they would have had a conversation, there's a good chance Lila actually might have went off and killed her.
Yeah, maybe, because I don't know, because she believed the handler's bullshit when she was in the office and she bought all that. So
she did, but she didn't have any counter information before that, though. 5 got in her head, and he was right. I think she saw that in all the actions that were taken.
That could be. And then 5 and the Swede have a standoff, and both decide there's been enough killing and go their separate ways. And Lila flashes back to the commission with the briefcase, and Vanya runs to help Harlan. And then Vanya
Did she go back to the commission?
Well, yeah, we don't know.
She blows out somewhere. We don't know where she went, though.
I kind of think she did, but yeah, that's a good point. She may not have. And then Vanya gets through and like seemingly takes whatever it was she gave Harlan back, but I don't know. Can it really be that easy? We get some questions later. And then Herb and Dot show up, and amid all the carnage, and we find out that Herb has been voted in as acting chairperson and the Independent Commission. We also see that somehow he and Diego have created a new secret handshake. When did that happen?
I was saying the same thing when they did that handshake. Like, when was this happen off screen?
I was saying shit happens off screen that will only tie in and come back later. Like, look how long we had to wait for that payoff of Luther throwing something through the portal. He was throwing shit at himself. He just didn't know that at the time.
So ridiculous. And wasn't it silly of 5 to ask for a favor when there were literally 1,001 suitcases scattered all around them? Like, I would have grabbed a few extra just in case of a rainy day.
Herb would have let him, but I think at that point Luther was trying to take other people into account seriously. So he didn't want to, not Luther, I'm sorry, 5. He didn't want to just go and do something. He wanted to make sure that he left on good terms, I think.
Phantom, you think Vanya killed all those agents, or are they just out there taking a little siesta?
Nah, they're taking a nap.
She didn't kill them, they just knocked them out?
Because this is when she normally kill them. Either like they're drained of life or turned to dust or whatever. They just seem like they just chill on the floor.
Yeah, just take a little nap. All right. And once again, we see Sissy was never really about it. As soon as she has got rid of her husband, she was more than happy to just stay on her ranch and raise her son alone, or just go off to her friends in California. But either way, like, she just used it's too dangerous line for her to get rid of Vanya. But I don't know. I just feel like that was an excuse. Like I said, I don't think Sissy was about it at all.
Nah, just speaking as a woman that is a lesbian and has that perspective, no, I think she really was just trying to look out. I mean, not just for herself, but for her son, who we've always seen is her first priority, and also for Vanya, because there are really so many things that could go awry with that. Like, she asked specifically, will we ever be able to live a normal life? I mean, this is like Peter Parker during Civil War in the comics. You can't, be that person that is the superhero and show your face so people know who you are and not expect your family to be put in danger.
That'd be way too dangerous.
And I think that's along the thinking that she was on. So no, she can't go back. It would be great. It's not like she didn't want to, but she's thinking about keeping her son safe in the best environment that she can get him to.
Absolutely
agree. Because before she was about to get ready to run away with Vanya, but at that point she never seen like what Vanya can do.
Right. In this timeline, she would have been fine. If Vanya was staying, they would be together right now. But Vanya has to go back to where she actually belongs. Otherwise, some more random fuck shit's gonna happen.
I could. Phantom, what did they do with Carl's body? I mean, his brother's the sheriff, for God's sakes.
They better bury that body. Or pull off a freaking Breaking Bad and just, I forgot, DJ, you haven't seen Breaking Bad, damn it.
No, I don't think it's even gonna take that much. Honestly, from everything that Harlan was on in this episode, I think he probably just came up with a thought, and he didn't make any magic gestures or anything. He just thought, he needs to disappear, and poof.
Either that or they talked to my man Herb and used that body disposal probe.
That's highly possible too. Either way, Sissy and Harlan are fine. No cops or anything is coming after them.
And speaking of fine, Ray seems to be a little sad, but he finds a note from Allison, and it seems to make him feel a little better. So he's doing all right, drinking his bourbon and hanging back. And speaking of better, it looks like Diego and Vanya finally made up. So that was kind of cool to see them sitting on the porch and being brother and sisterly. That was cool. And what's going to happen to Dave since Claus messed up his timeline? Like, will he maybe live now and maybe meet back up with Claus at some point, AK?
Oh, that would be spectacular. I honestly didn't think about that. Let's see. How old would Dave be in 2016? Because what was he? Like 18. He had to be bare minimum 18, and I think that's what he was when he enlisted. So, and that what year were they? Was it?
He'd be about 55. He'd be about 55, yeah, because it's like 63, so it'd be about 55.
Okay, there's a lot of 55-year-old gay men that I know, and them cats be out here flossing. I don't know if you've seen any of the old man, old man Santa Claus trendy memes out there, but it's some people with the red and white that are they look like they're usually in their 70s or so, with all of the swag dripping, walking down the street. So he might turn into a sexy grandpa, and Klaus into that freaky shit. So,
and he's older
who's to say we don't see Dave again?
Absolutely. And even the Swede may have found a new family and found some love. You think he's going to end up becoming the new prophet? What's up, fandom? Is he going to be the new prophet on the bus?
I'll be shocked if he ends up being the new prophet.
That'd be amazing.
I won't be pissed off about it.
I would love to see that come back in season 3, because then we would get to see little snippets of the evolution of them and how they do, because they're probably one of the only cults I could say they didn't really want shit from nobody. They just trying to chill, plant their vegetables, smoke their weed, have orgies, and just chill.
And it looks like Vanya didn't quite take all her powers back, or did she? Like, and Harlan had powers all along. What was that we noticed in the back of the car there? What was that about?
Mutant X gene. I told you, she activated it. She took her powers out, but Harlan already had powers, I think.
Is that what it is, fandom? You think Harlan always had powers?
I'm still 50-50 on that. It's like, if there was something dormant, she awakened it, or maybe she just didn't take all her abilities from him that we thought.
I do lightweight have a theory on that, but we'll get to it in the final bits of the episode.
There we go. And then the Sibs all gathered around Claus, and Claus grabs a hat for posterity's sake, and
ever the drama. He had to get the fashion accessory.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And 5, this time using a briefcase, zaps them all back to the Umbrella Academy. Or did he? Our crew are happy that they finally actually succeeded in stopping something and got something right for once. And they're all ready for a drink to celebrate when Diego notices it's a picture of Ben above the fireplace and not 5. And I was half expecting to see a rotten pogo still stuck up there on the antlers. I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen when they got back there. That would have been so gruesome. But then we see Sir Reginald himself stand up, but not to Luther's surprise, he informs them that this is not their home. It's not even the Umbrella Academy. It's the Sparrow Academy. And then we get Ben, and we see Ben still alive as well, and he seems like he's an asshat. And when I looked up, I noticed that there was only 5 people up on the balcony. Like, is Vanya ostracized from the Sparrow Academy too?
No, Vanya is not a factor. The only person that's a factor in the Umbrella Academy is Ben. And that's only Hargreaves only knows about Ben because they told him, but they're like, yeah, ghosts can't travel here or whatever. So I feel like Hargreaves' thoughts and the notes that we all noticed he was taking, he, and this is what I was saying over the last, not the last episode, but the one before that, where I saw why Ben is the only one that's alive from the original category. Hargreaves didn't have any bad information on him. Every last one of them he wrote off. So Ben is the only one in his notes he remembered to go get. And then he went to get some other children, because we know that there were it was like nearly 100 something kids.
49.
49. Okay, I was
like
49, and he only got 7.
That sure looked like Luther's silhouette standing up on that balcony. And I thought that was like Allison's silhouette on the other side. So I just figured that was those guys just from like a different timeline.
No, Hargreaves is not going to go anywhere near them because he deemed them already unworthy of doing that. And my thing about Harlan is there's only 4 people standing up there.
5.
Or, well, no, 5 people. And then 1 freaking floating cube. And then Ben is on the lower levels looking like, yo, Dad, who are these assholes? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that floating green cube?
I didn't even notice the floating green cube.
Go back and watch. You'll see him. He's on the far left of the screen. You'll see him standing there. And I have no proof. It's just a random feeling and thought that could possibly be Harlan upgraded into something beyond human flesh.
That could be. What do you think, Phantom? Because I don't think so. I think that's those original guys in the different timeline.
I don't even think those original guys. I think there's almost like a brand new squad right there. Besides Ben, I think this is a brand new people.
Exactly.
It seems like, yeah. Honestly, if anything, you might see 5. You might see 5 there because that's like the only person that actually like caught the interest really of Hargreaves.
I forgot about that. That's right. 5 could possibly be one of the ones, but besides 5 and Ben, he's not going to go after any of those, especially Diego. He already deemed Diego as inferior and on some bullshit. So he's not going to take them. He might actually have Allison because he did seem to like the control that he saw she had of his powers. Like when Diego was talking shit and Allison was like, you know what? Well, I heard a rumor that you smacked yourself in the face. And then he did it. And Hargreaves was like, oh, okay. Scribble down notes in the notebook.
I like Jake Cruz has a good point. He says he would have adopted all of the kids, but if he could have,
yes.
But, so how would he get all these new kids? Because he knew the ones he could get.
I think he knew where all the kids were. Because if he didn't, how would he even have known to go get the first 7 that he have?
No, he went to all the people that had those spontaneous babies and tried to buy all the ones that he could, and he could only get these 7. So why in a different timeline different 7?
He's a rich man, and 9 times out of 10, everyone has a number. I think he just upped the ante. He made sure to not take any of those kids because you saw the coldness in the letters that he wrote to them. You know, to my pursuers, blah blah blah. Do this, and when Luther came and said, "I'm your son." No, I would never ever have a son that looked and smelled and acted like you. Get the fuck out of my house.
Oh man, Ben looks like he grew up to be a real dick. Are we even less sad that he's gone?
Yeah, he did. I don't like this Ben. You haven't even seen that much. Just the way his tone, all that stuff. Like, nah, don't like him.
I think we're gonna see a lot more of that for the Sparrow Academy. I think he raised them specifically to be more hard asses about stuff than he saw with the original Academy.
And we're probably gonna get an actual flashback of how Ben actually died on that mission.
Mm-hmm.
That has to happen in season 3. We got to get it. We have to get it. But all in all, I thought this was an absolutely amazing season. Like I also like
that shit was juicy,
way better than season 1's. Like all around fantastic, and I can hardly wait for season 3. How about you, Phantom?
Same. I think I probably talked about this when I stepped away. Like we've been like asking, okay, is it only just these 7 that have abilities? But no, I'm pretty much sure like all 40 of them, also kids, all got abilities in some shape or form. Because here we have freaking what's her name? Lila, and she had freaking her mirror ability.
Yo, random tinfoil thought.
What Peter said? Claus is gonna have to take out the new Ben. That would be ruthless.
Oh, that'd be sad.
That would devastate Klaus if he had to do that. But okay, random thought. You know, I originally thought that maybe Harlan had just upgraded his powers and he's the green cube. What if, you know, Harlan grew up in the 60s and 70s though, and he had, you know, his mutant gene has been activated. What if he's the one that impregnated all those women?
Wow, that'd be wild.
I don't know what experiment he might have been running or trying to do what, but somebody made it so all those women could get pregnant at the same time and have those kids at the same time. And Harlan would fit that category because of his age in the 60s.
Ooh, my man was just getting it in, huh? It's like Harlan growing up to be one playboy.
Hey, yo. I mean,
it could have
don't hate the player, hate the game.
Or it could have been Hargreaves' alien ass going around and just impregnating them and they didn't know. And then he went around and
that's a possibility. We need to have that.
He tried to go get all his kids, and only 7 out of the 49 mamas would give him up.
Yeah.
Could be.
Which is interesting because that makes me want to see what the other kids' lives were like. Yeah, right. To see the straws. Look, Thrones bleeds into everything, man. It just is what it is.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely amazing. We're going to knock this one out with a little bit of trivia. I don't know, Fandom, how much time you got, but
10 minutes, so I'm
all
good.
right, let's knock it out.
All right,
Less than 10 minutes. Let's get this done. Trivia. What year did Ben die?
2006.
Absolutely. Hargraves canceled training out of respect for Ben. What time did he say training would resume?
6 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where was the FBI building located?
Downtown Manhattan.
No.
Manhattan? No, that's not.
Oh, man, I love it.
Was it in Washington? Like D.C.?
Nope. Where was the FBI building located?
Damn it, where the hell was Allison at? Shit.
You know that answer? Write it down below or in the chat box. What was the name of the facility Diego broke out of?
I don't remember that.
It was some mental institution.
And it was. What was the name of it? You know that answer? Write it in the chat box.
Random Hargreaves Asylum.
What ethnicity did the news think Diego was?
Cuban.
Hey, there it is. Where is Lila from?
Is it
India?
Incorrect.
Dubai?
Ethiopian?
Not even close.
Sumerian?
Where did they grab Lila
I don't think
from?
it's Egypt. That's usually not their skin tone.
Cambodia?
Nope.
No, definitely not
If you know that answer, put it in the question chat box or write it down below if you're watching.
Somewhere in the Indian territory.
Incorrect. Allison said the Dallas police, the FBI, and the what were all looking for them.
CIA?
CIA.
Incorrect. Allison said the Dallas police, the FBI, and the what were all looking for them.
What is it? The Swedes? The assassins?
That is incorrect.
Damn, who the fuck else was after them?
Oh man, you gotta get it in. If you know it, write down below. Where did Claus say?
Jake said Armenia. Ion said Barbados.
Incorrect.
Interpol, Texas.
Incorrect.
I respect y'all's guess game. I like that.
If I would have saw that, or if I saw the right answer, I'd have put it on there. It's the time. Must have been Baratheon. Feel it. It's not fixed timeline. He wouldn't have had the power at that point. I think he's talking about Harlan. But if you remember, the swimmer girl wasn't pregnant at the pool. Then poof, yeah, she got pregnant almost.
Yeah, she got pregnant while she was in the pool. Yeah.
But if Harlan's invisible, then like she said, he could have snuck up, made it happen, and put some of that alien X gene on it or something.
Who's to say he had to do it physically?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have, like I said, alien something.
He could have just randomly picked women around the world just to see what would happen.
Where did Claus say the siblings could hide with the lovely people?
Where they could hide with the love of the people?
Where did Claus say the siblings could all hide with the lovely people? They're a little weird, but they're lovely.
His cult?
He had a specific place he said they could go and hide.
Oof. I don't know.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't remember where they were.
What did Allison ask if they could stop for 5 minutes? What did Allison ask if they could stop for 5 minutes? Oh, that was a good one. It was in the background.
Wasn't it like the stop arguing and being like pissant, dumbass boys while they were trying to save Vanya?
Very much in that realm, yeah.
I don't remember the exact term.
Yeah, very much in that realm. If you know that answer, write it down below. What were Lila's parents' names?
Oh, fuck. I didn't write those down at all.
What?
And there was like a specific name that the name of the operation that Five gave, but I forget. I didn't write it down.
What were Lila's parents' names? You know that one? Write it down below. What year did Five kill Lila's parents?
It was 1989, right?
Incorrect.
No.
No.
Like years
She's
later.
the same age as the other kids.
What year did Five kill Lila's parents?
94?
That is incorrect.
95.
That is incorrect.
96.
That is also incorrect.
93.
88,
Hey, there it is. Wow, how'd you catch that, Fandom? That's so good.
Good job, Fandom. High five.
Oh, what number president was JFK?
I couldn't tell you.
74?
Which I really probably need to learn for my damn
You did not just
citizenship.
say 74. We have not had 74 presidents, young man.
Hey,
He was in his like late 20s, early 30s, wasn't he?
Yeah, but we have not had any. We have not had 74 presidents.
43.
What number? Okay, Obama was 44.
Yeah.
So JFK was not 43.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, no, he wasn't.
What number president was JFK? Let's see if somebody in the chat's got to know that one.
Come on, chat room, Google that shit. Help us out.
Oh, 39. Incorrect.
I ain't gonna say 20th century. That's a long space of time, man.
Oh man, if you know that one, write it down below. How long was JFK president before he was shot?
I know it was less than 4 years.
Less than, yeah, I want to say 3 years.
Correct. Absolutely. Writing it down. Good job. What did Lila's parents do for work?
Oh, something with nature, I think.
What did Lila's parents do?
I don't want to say economist. I don't think that's it. Something to do with farming or something or other, I think.
Not gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the specific term, but it's escaping my memory right now.
84, 2011, 2000. I love the answers being shot out.
Right, Linda, like you be coming up with the most obscure shit. Like this is why I had to start trying to keep post-it notes of like every little thing in freaking episodes.
Here we go. Here's another one. What was the name of the book Allison left Ray?
Wait, I wrote that down.
Where is it?
From Earth to the Moon by Jules Verne.
There you go. Well done, you. What state was Sissy entering when they showed her driving?
Oh, fuck.
There was a big state.
New Jersey? No, New Mexico.
Hey, there we go, my man.
There you go. Good on you.
Well done. What did Diego offer $5 to leave Claus in the past?
$5?
No.
Correct.
You sure? That was like $5. So it wasn't?
It was not. You need to add a zero to that.
What, $500?
$50? I'll give you $50 to leave him in.
See, again, Diego being a fucking dick to his siblings.
Oh, it was amazing. I'd have done the same thing. They're all ready to go, and Claus is like, wait. Like, no, we ain't waiting shit. Get your ass back here.
No, fuck that, because it don't even matter where you going. You know it's going to be some shenanigans, man.
Oh, man. Two more left. What date did the Sibs zap back to?
April 2nd, 2019.
Absolutely correct. Well done, well done. And the very last question we got for today in the finale and for the season, what two Sibs did Claus hug when they arrived back in 2019?
Oh, shit.
Vanya and Allison?
That is incorrect.
No.
Good guess. That's what I would guess.
Was it Vanya and Diego?
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
You know that answer, write it down below.
Allison, Diego.
Incorrect. What two
Vanya and freaking Dickon.
What two Sims did Claus hug when they arrived back in 2019? And that last guess was absolutely correct.
Five and Dickon, or Five and Allison.
You're
Luther, that's the damn name I'm forgetting. Five and Luther?
Oh, no, that is incorrect.
Yeah, okay. There's too many possibilities within combinations.
Oh, look at my man. He nailed it. 7 and 1.
Okay, Jake.
Bringing it home, Jake.
All right, Jake, I see you.
I love it. Nicely done. Nicely done. So like I said, we're going to let Phantom get out of here. I want to thank everybody that came along this ride with us. It has been absolutely amazing. I love this episode. And like I said, I can hardly wait for season 3 to come. And you know
what are we doing next?
We're right back at it. I do believe next is going to be, unless I get something to change, it's probably going to be Hawkeye. I have not even seen it yet.
So okay, that's right. Okay. Me neither. I haven't been watching.
So watch the first 3 Hawkeyes. We're going to get at least 2 of them in on Tuesday, unless I'll give you a call and something else pops up. But probably going to be Hawkeye and just keeping it in the Marvel family for now. So I want to thank everybody once again for coming down this. I hope everybody's having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. And until we see you on the next one, next Tuesday, be easy, everybody.